It's a haunted house.
I think a poltergeist moved in with me.
What?
A poltergeist, like that movie?
What movie?
Poltergeist. That was the name of the movie. I remember it had this little girl in it. They're here. Creepy as hell.
Okay, so what makes you think you got one of those ooh, we think he's here?
A poltergeist. I keep saying that word because actually I'm kind of proud of myself for remembering that movie. Well, parts of it anyway. Long ago as was I saw it. It's funny how that is. Things that happened a long time ago, I can remember. Other things, recent things, just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle in my brain. Like I remember when I was little, I used to try to catch those little fish in the creek using just my bare hands. Every time I thought I had one, wiggle, 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 and it was gone. It's like that in my brain now. I go looking in there for what should be in there. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Okay, so what makes you think you got one of those here?
A what?
A poltergeist. What makes you think a poltergeist lives here?
You've seen it? What does it look like?
No, Uncle Frank, I haven't seen it. Now, remember, I brought some groceries over. We were putting them away, and you suddenly asked to talk to me here in the living room.
That's right. It's the kitchen.
Okay, so do you want me to check the kitchen for the poltergeist?
You know it's in the kitchen. Have you seen it? What does it look like?
All right, let's start over. I have not seen a poltergeist. You told me there's a poltergeist here. So, now, listen carefully, Uncle Frank. What makes you think there's a poltergeist living here?
Put my shoes in the refrigerator. I wanted to tell you in the kitchen, but I was afraid it would overhear and prank me. That's what those poltergeists do, they prank you. They make you think you're going crazy. Put your stuff in strange places. A lot of stuff gone missing around here. A lot of stuff showing up in places that make no sense at all. So how's your mama doing? She's still making them biscuits? I remember them. She used to make them every weekend. I remember you digging into them. Biscuits and gravy. Jamie's just looking at me again. She's a good kid. Always was. I remember her loving them biscuits and gravy that her mama would make. I used to make excuses to go over there on weekends and get some because I knew she'd be making them. I'd say, hey, do you need me to take a look at that leaking faucet? Did I hear you say your car was making a funny noise? And she just looked at me like she looked right through all that. She'd go and fix me a plate. I tried to spend as much time as I could over there, and her husband passed. Cancer it was. Left Jamie without a daddy. Just 13 years old. She was always a good kid, Jamie. I told Rosie, you raised up that girl right. And I get that picture of her in my mind, and then I see her, now I have to catch my breath, seeing her all grown up. Well, more than grown up, almost middle-aged. How can that be? Wasn't it just not that long ago that we would all get together? Rose and Jenn and me and kids would all go run off and play together?
No, Mama can't make those biscuits where she's at. She doesn't have a kitchen anymore, and they make all of her meals for her.
Don't have a kitchen? Well, I put them cabinets in myself, and the countertop in that sink too. Well, what happened to her kitchen? She loved that kitchen.
No, we had to sell her house when she went into assisted living. So she just has this plain little room, no kitchen, but
Jamie looks worried. Maybe she's worried about her mama. She comes around here regular. She's a good kid. Now that my kids don't live around here no more. My oldest, he lives west, out west. And Katie, my daughter, she lives out west too, in San Francisco, out west. No, Denver, that's where my son lives. Ben, he's my oldest. He's married. Katie's not. I don't think she is. Did she bring that boy by here the last time she came to visit? When was that? Tall guy. I remember that. He was tall. San Diego. That's where she lives. San Diego, California.
Hey, Dad. So, how's it going? Dad? Can you hear me, Dad? Dad? It's me. Your son? Benjamin? Ben?
Ben! Oh, my boy, where are you? Are you close to home?
No, Dad. I'm in Denver.
Denver? What are you doing there?
I live here, Dad. Remember? With Teresa and Jody and Ann.
Teresa and Joe and
No, Dad. Jody and Ann. Your granddaughters?
Oh, of course, Jody and Ann. Oh, those two are a cute couple of rascals, ain't they? Do you remember that time you all were over and they knocked over that Christmas tree? Oh, they thought they were going to be in big trouble, but we were laughing too hard to do any yelling.
Yeah, I remember that Christmas.
Say, they still into them, American Girl dolls? Did they get the ones I sent?
Well, yeah, Dad, but that was years ago. Back when Mom was alive. She was the one that found them in the store.
No, that was last year. Well, no, year before last. Now, when was it that you came over and them girls knocked over that Christmas tree? Oh, they were fighting over something, and one of them let go, and the other one fell backwards into the tree. Oh, them girls of yours. Cute as could be, though. Cute as could be. Say, they still playing with them American Girl dolls? I remember how excited they were when they woke up and they ran down and saw them under the tree. As soon as we put it back up straight, of course.
No, Dad. They aren't playing with them anymore. They gave them away when they went to college.
Say what now? College? What are you talking about, boy? They ain't old enough for no college.
Dad, Ann is a senior in college. Jody already graduated, works for a software company.
Software?
I just got off the phone with Dad. Jamie, how long has this been going on?
That's why I've been emailing you. Comes and goes. Some days he's his usual self, and then other days, man, I don't know. Confuses the past with the present. He stops in mid-sentence, he can't find the words to finish it. He's got these delusions, one time he swore there was a man looking in his window. Could not talk about it. All the way down here, and he was like, huh? What the? Man, you should see this place.
a flight down to Atlanta. Like, you know, I bought him a cell phone so that he could contact me from anywhere, but I don't even think he knows that's there anymore, or at least he charges it. I doubt his landline's connected anymore with how little he answers that. It's like the only way I can contact him is through you. Like, I'm staying right here. He keeps receding into the distance.
Ben got me one of those cell phone things for Christmas. I'd never gotten the hang of it. And then when those little things on the screen disappears, I just, Jamie asked me if I charged it up. I said, charge it up? I looked at her like she was talking Chinese. What are you talking about, charge it up? My other phones don't need no charging up. You just have to make sure that they're plugged into the little wall thingy. Now that phone in the kitchen, you can't even see the wall thingy because I'm kind of behind the phone itself. I remember that. I hung that one there myself. Funny how that is. Things from a long time ago, I can remember. But other things just wiggle in my head.
So, should I tell it to leave? Like, go into the light and stuff? Frank? Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank!
Jamie's giving me a look that lets me know I went away for a bit. That's been happening a lot lately. I don't know why. I just go into my head and then I come back. I'm always afraid to ask how long I was away for when I get back. I'm afraid that I'll be gone so long that people will just leave because I've been so rude, ignoring them. That's why I don't go out much. I mostly stay at home these days because I'm afraid that somebody will be talking to me and whatever we were talking about, wiggle, and it's gone.
So, should I do that, Uncle Frank?
Now, what is she asking me? I hate it when that happens. Now it looks like I wasn't listening to her. But I was just digging for something in my head. Sometimes I go digging and it takes a while to find what I'm digging for. And sometimes I dig and I need a little help. That's why I keep all these photo albums around. They help me find what I'm looking for a lot of the time. Do what?
Should I tell it to leave?
The poltergeist? Like in that movie. That was a scary one. They're here. Have you seen it? What did it look like?
No, Uncle Frank. I have not seen it. You told me there's a poltergeist here. In your kitchen.
A flicker. And then I know what Jamie is talking about. I smile. I love those flickers. It's like a firefly lighting up. It seems like a time once there were fireflies all over the place. Not anymore. We used to catch them when we were kids. The trick was you have to go outside. It's just a little bit light still. And then you crouch down and you look up at the twilight sky. And then you catch them. And you have to be really careful when you put them in the jar. You put the lid on, and you have to remember to poke holes in the top so they don't suffocate. And they're really cool to look at too. But then in the morning, they just look like ordinary bugs. So you have to let him go. It's like that in my head now. We're late into summer, and there's just a few of the stragglers still flickering every now and again. And they're hard to catch, too.
Uncle Frank, the poltergeist.
Yeah, it keeps moving my stuff around.
You know, like something about putting your shoes in the fridge?
Yeah, stuff like that. Big stuff, little stuff. It keeps moving around like it just gets up and walks.
You'll have to excuse me. I need to make a call.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters? Hey, you remember that movie? Ghostbusters? Oh, Mike Katie used to love that movie. Mike Katie loved that movie so much, we had to go and buy a copy for that VCR that the kids insisted we buy. Oh, I remember her begging me to go down to that video store every weekend and rent movies.
I remember that, Dad. We made it like our Friday ritual. We'd walk down to that little video store in the strip mall together, and you'd let me pick out whatever I wanted.
Well, within reason.
That's right, within reason. You remember when I wandered into the adult section?
Oh, I sure yanked you out of there in a hurry, didn't I? Say, you remember how much you liked that movie, Ghostbusters?
Oh, that was one of my favorites. There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters! Say, why don't we go down, we'll walk down to that video store and get movies. I'll let you rent 2 movies and we'll have a double feature.
Well, Dad, those stores don't exist anymore. They all shut down. And I live in San Diego now. Remember?
San Diego? What are you doing there?
I live here. I work here. I'm a partner now, working on a very big class action lawsuit.
A partner? You have a partner? What? That tall guy?
Well, I do have a partner, but I'm talking about my law firm. I'm a partner. I can't leave in the middle of this lawsuit, Dad, or I'd come see you. I will come see you as soon as we wrap this up. I promise. Okay?
That would be nice. Maybe we can dig up that old copy of Ghostbusters and put it in the VCR and pop some popcorn. You remember that popcorn your mom used to make?
Yes. Oh, it was the best. Made it the old-fashioned way in a pot on the stove. Let us put on as much butter and salt as we wanted.
Who are you going to call?
Take care, Dad. Love you.
Now, where is that VCR? It used to sit right here underneath the TV. I can't find nothing these days. You get out of there, you stupid poltergeist. Get out of there. I'm going to have to call the Ghostbusters on you. I have the number.
It's just me, Uncle Jimmy.
Look, do you remember that popcorn that your Aunt Jenn used to make? We had to put it in different bowls for each kids, or else you'd fight over it. Wouldn't watch the movie.
Of course I remember that. I appreciate the way y'all always included me. Aunt Jenn made the best popcorn I ever ate.
Things sure were different around here when Jenn was alive. Virginia, I called her Jenn. Fine woman. Finest ever made. She used to keep this place as neat as a pin. A place for everything and everything in its place, she would say. Oh, I remember when she got all hot at me for dropping my keys everywhere. So she bought this thing with little hooks on it in the shape of a key and hung it right there by the front door. And she said, now, first thing you do when you come in this house, I want you to put your keys right there. You hear me? Right there. I'm not going to waste any more of my time looking all around this house trying to figure out wherever you put your keys down. And I did it. I did it every time.
up was one thing I got you to do at least.
Oh, Jen, I'm so sorry I messed up your nice, neat house.
That's what always got me. You were trying, but still managed to make a mess. Worse than the kids, I swear.
Well-
Look at this place.
You ain't around to help me clean it up no more.
Francis Taylor, you are a grown man. There's no excuse for this in my house. And it's still my house, even if I'm not alive anymore. Now do something about this mess.
Well, I've been meaning to, Jen, I swear, but I just ain't much without you around. Never have been. My keys. It got my keys. They are hanging on that thing that Jen got me. Now that's going too far. It got my keys.
Uncle? What are you looking at?
It got my keys. That was the one thing I did right for Jen. It got my keys.
Not exactly, Uncle Frank. Now, well, we've been worried about your driving.
Me?
Well, Mom and, me mostly. See, the last time you tried to go visit Mom, you drove to her old house, and then you started yelling at the new owners when they answered the door. You backed into a car on the way out, ran a red light, there was a whole big mess with the police. Uncle Frank, I have your keys.
Well, so, hey, how is your mom? Is she still making the biscuits? Oh, those are some biscuits and gravy.
What are you rambling about now, you old fool?
Your biscuits? I was just asking Jamie if you still...
Jamie told you I ain't got no kitchen anymore. I got a living room, I got a bedroom, and I got a little kitchenette thing that I can't make no biscuits in. They make all our meals for us. What's the matter with you anyway? How many times Jamie gotta tell you I ain't living in that house anymore?
Well, I kind of forget sometimes.
You kind of forget sometimes. Try all the time. And when you gonna do something about it, you stubborn old goat?
Well, it's not that bad. I can still remember.
Yeah, you remember things from years ago, and then you go around talking about them like they were yesterday.
Well, that's not true. I can still remember.
What you had for breakfast this morning?
Well, yeah, I had. I had.
I want you to listen to me, and I want you to listen to me good. Jamie said she's been trying to get you to go to the doctor, and you've been refusing. You think she's got nothing better to do than look after your sorry ass? She's got a family, Frank. She's got a husband and 2 sons. That's what she should be looking after, not her damn old uncle. Not me neither. The time come that I realized that I couldn't get around and do for myself. I knew I had to go somewhere where there was folks around to help me. And it's kind of nice having people my own age to talk to. So when you gonna realize that you need some help too?
Oh, now, Rose, I can still do for myself. I can cook meals and get myself dressed.
And live in a pigsty? Get what you said 5 minutes ago? Open your eyes, you old fool. Look at what your life has become.
I should tell Jamie how much I appreciate her. She's a good kid. Always has been. When my kids grew up, they kind of wandered out west to go to college, just kind of stayed there. Jamie stayed close by. She mostly wanted to take care of her mama, but we had her too. And Rose and Jenn and I had each other, and the neighbors, and the folks from church. And I had the guys at work, so none of us was lonely. The kids would always come home on holidays, so that was nice. And one time, Ben, He's my oldest. He gave me one of those cell phone thingies, and we laughed at how much I struggled to figure it out. Was Jenn still alive then? Seems like my whole world got smaller when Jenn died. I retired, so I didn't see the guys from work anymore, except every now and again. And I quit going to work because it was mostly Jenn that dragged me down there. I just didn't feel right sitting there without her by my side. All the neighbors moved away, and folks I don't know moved in. I try to say hi and wave at them when I get the mail down to the mailbox. They don't wave back. Sometimes I forget, and I call them the wrong name. So now I'm just that crazy old man that lives all by himself in this house. A house that used to be filled with love and life and laughter. Now only Jamie comes around. Call somebody?
Yeah, so I just went ahead and made an appointment with Dr. Rogers. Now, you remember Dr. Rogers, don't you?
Of course I do. We've taken my family to him for years.
No, that's the old Dr. Rogers. This is his daughter, remember?
Well, so what are you going to the doctor for? What's wrong with you?
We are going to the doctor to talk about your problems with remembering things. She's just going to talk to you, give you a short test, that's all.
Now, Jamie, you know I love you, but you can't
And
go
I
there.
love you too. Why do you think I'm so concerned? Your appointment is at 2 tomorrow. I'll come get you at 1:30. I'll see you tomorrow, Frank.
Probably have to remind me. I forget stuff.
No problem.
My keys! I forgot to tell Jamie about my keys. Damn poltergeist. Now you get out of here, you stupid ghost. Who are you the ghost of anyway? The only one that died around here was Jenn. Lord knows you ain't Jenn. I wouldn't mind being haunted by Jenn. I wouldn't mind having her back. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Wouldn't mind coming back.
Oh, babe, I miss you so much. Why can't it be like things once was?
Because it just can't, Frank. That's the way things are. Time only moves in one direction. Things change. We can only move forward, not back.
Do you remember all those good times we used to have? You and me and the kids? And Rose and Jamie would come over, and we'd stay up and we'd laugh and play cards, and the kids would all run off together. You remember them Christmases? Where we put up a tree right there in that corner. And the kids would wake us up early because they were so excited to go down and see the presents, and we always pretended to be angry, but we never were.
Frank, that's the past. That's all in the past. None of it's here anymore, honey. You want to know who's haunting this house? It's you, Frank.
But
It's you.
who are you going to call?
Thank you.